Greetings all excellencies. I welcome you heartily for this heart-touching program, because nowadays we cannot define the word vulnerability, because we used to see that vulnerability word to women, children, people with below poverty line, migrant workers. But in the present scenario, even rich people can be in a vulnerable situation because of COVID impact. The second wave of this COVID has devastated all the lives of people, making vulnerable, prone to the second wave. So it is crucial to address the thing, vulnerability. The vulnerability of people during this pandemic. Because if we are vulnerable, we will get destroyed. So we have to overcome the notion of vulnerability first. So that is why we have been planned to organize this program with the eminent guests. So at the juncture, I invite CHR Raina Katratandal ma'am, CEO of Right to Rise, to host this program, organize this program as moderator. Ma'am, over to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Rajarao, sir. Thank you for this wonderful opening. Welcome to all of you to the World Peace Commission and Telangana Kalparishad and Life Foundation presents to you the theme of today, Lives of Vulnerable People in Pandemic. COVID-19 pandemic has produced dramatic changes in my life and in your life. The life expectancy that we see today, the birth rate and immigration that we look at lives are increasing in number and reducing in the long time. Pandemic have historically given rise to major social and demographic transformation. And today we are looking at one important aspect, the empathy element and the vulnerability. The most direct impact of COVID-19 are because of the excess of deaths. And what is just expected is a lot of vulnerability that sets into each one of our lives and to people around us. With this, I would like to welcome today our esteemed dignitaries. On the panel, we have Our Highness Fadhillah Mahlian Shelsa, who is the founder of World Voice International. We have also Our Highness Dr. Professor Regunath Parakkal, consultant counseling psychologist. We have Highness Ms. Sonesh Bharadwaj, the global speaker and change maker, and Our Highness Geeta Dagar, founder of IWCHOFI. I welcome to you, Dr. Professor Regunath Parakkal, to please give your opinion on this aspect on the lives of vulnerable people today in pandemic. We are glad to have you here, sir, and we would like you to leave your opinions on this matter.
Okay, respected Raja sir, Raina ma'am, Sonesh ma'am, and of course my friend Fabulous sir. Put to everybody a big namaste from India. See, let us have an interaction and let us develop certain interesting things so that the people can, easily understand. Raina ma'am, we are saying that it is, of course, the vulnerable situation. I'm a positive psychologist. So whenever I face any situation, certain people will be looking only in the problematic angle, whereas I am supposed to look in the solution angle. Right? Yes, I do agree. We have got some problem. I do agree. But one thing I want to tell you, every problem naturally is having a solution. The nature have not produced any lock without a key. Am I right, ma'am?
Yes, nature absolutely, sir.
Nature have not produced any lock without a key. So every problem there is a key. This is first message I want to pass. Okay, ma'am. See, what are the vulnerability as far as India is concerned, or not only India is concerned? Presently, we are giving more concentration to India because of the COVID present situation. Of course, I do agree. The vulnerability point when we are discussing, it is about the, first of all, it is the economic crisis. Am I right?
Yes.
Economic crisis. Ma'am, I'm not only a psychologist and a professor, I am also a management consultant. I got certain aspects, I mean, these certain suggestions which we should discuss. See, in this particular situation, we are ordering certain things from the item, certain things through, I mean, how it may be through Flipkart. Am I right, Sonesh ma'am?
Yes.
It may be through Amazon. So our concern money is blocked by a lot of interesting people, or it is limited to certain people only. So naturally, the money circulation is very low in the lower aspects. So as a management consultant, I want to tell you, we should see that we are purchasing the goods from the local market and local venture. I think this is a very important point which I want to say, so that the money circulation will be very high. Once the money circulation is very high, naturally, local people will be having, I mean, access to the money. In case if it is not going to a certain pool only, then it is going to create such a problem. So we should see that we are locally buying, right? Certain foods, certain items, etc., from the local people, so that the money circulation will agree, I mean, will be there. I think Raja sir will agree. This is a very important point as far as the management consulting or financial consulting is concerned. Another thing I want to tell you, the local government, central government, and the banks have created so many financial, I mean, plans which should be utilized. See, you can understand, Reina ma'am, you will agree if you are, I mean, really studying with the bank aspects, they have, I mean, really put the moratorium now. And MSME have, I mean, given a certain instruction to the bank that without collateral security, you have to give the loan. But so many people are not aware of it. Once that money is coming to the local market, we will be able to move with money, or rather the economic crisis will be solved. Because we are only worried about the physical aspects as well as the mental aspects, whereas we should take care of the money aspects also. Am I right, Raja sir? You will agree, no? Money aspects also we should take care of it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
See, another thing, say, Raja sir, I want to tell you, most of the countries, right? They are not, I mean, having a good relation with the China because of the pandemic situation. Yes or no, sir?
Yes, sir.
Because,
Yes, sir.
so naturally, the manufacturers where they have got the headquarters at China are going to find out a new opening. If India is going to, I mean, rather invite or utilize this opportunity, naturally a lot of job opportunity and financial aspects are going to be taken care of it. Yes or no? Because you see, certain people, they don't want to have a link with the China again. So if we are moving with patiently, a financial crisis also will be able to overcome. This is not only a pandemic situation with Corona alone. We are having so many other issues. Raja sir will agree that, see, now lot of guests, I mean, people came from Bengal, Orissa to work in, I mean, Kerala. As far as they are concerned, it is their Dubai or the foreign country. Now the people are, because of the pandemic situation, they are rushing away. Lot of confusion. So if we can overcome such a kind of situation by showing the patience, yes, definitely we will be able to face the financial crisis and we will be able to overcome this situation. And no job situation, not only a financial situation, no job situation. Yes, we have to wait because we faced such a kind of situation earlier also. And in the earlier, I mean, meeting with Raja sir, I was talking this crisis. I was also highlighting this. We were able to overcome this situation. Definitely, only thing is we have to show a positive attitude and the patience. Patience, that is very important. But if you are confused and running away from the problem, then it is going to create a problem. Raina ma'am, you know cricket? Raina ma'am, you know cricket?
Yes, 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 sir.
Once
I
the
am there.
bouncer is coming, yeah, once the bouncer is coming towards your head, what you will do, ma'am?
You will safeguard yourself.
Yeah, how? By opening your eyes, am I right? So that you will tilt your head, am I right? This is the situation like that. You have to open your eyes, face the problem, so that you are able to move away from the problem. In the earlier, session with the Raja sir, I was talking about cobra bite. See, cobra bite, you can understand, Raina ma'am, Suresh ma'am, that with cobra bite, not only with the venom, the people are dying because of the shock. They are dying. 50% of deaths are coming because of the shock. If we are not able to face the pandemic situation with that kind of, the mental health, the positive attitude, definitely the crisis will be high. And moreover, Rajesh sir, I want to tell you, the media is creating a lot of confusions. See, at least the common people should not read the newspaper. That is what I want to tell you. They should not see the television. Because whenever you are opening or switching on the TV or reading the newspaper, you get a negative aspects. Why the people or the journalists? I am also a journalist, Raja sir. They are not concentrating the recovery rate. They are not concentrating on the vaccine given. They are not concentrating about the increase of the vaccine produced by our Indian manufacturers like Serum and Bharat. Serum Institute and Bharat Institute from Telangana, they should concentrate on that. But instead of that, they are telling oxygen not there. Yes, oxygen issues are there. Yes. But
Very,
we
very
are,
valid point, sir. Very valid point, I think. They should be
because
focusing
of,
on the
yes,
positive first and then talk about where we are lacking rather than only focusing on the negatives.
yes. So because of that, see, not only because of the corona situation we are facing, because of the fear we are dying. Because of the fear also we
Absolutely.
are dying. We should avoid that. See, it is our job. Today also, ma'am, I want to tell you, Raina, ma'am, I went to the hospital, irrespective of all this lockdown and other things we served. It is for the common people we are going. We are taking that risk. I'm right. Why?
Yes.
It is not a risk. It is all a combined work. We should see that instead of, as I said earlier, instead of that, we are joining together the hands and facing the situation. And as a team, we are working. Team means, as far as I am concerned, it is together, earn and achieve more. We should also support our leaders. We should also support our police department. We should also support our doctors, nurses, everybody. We should work like a team. But the problem with the certain people are, they are just ignoring all these warnings. If they are asking to wear the mask, instead of wearing totally, they will just put like that. If they if we are asking our adolescent not to go outside, the concerned boy is going outside. So this should be at head. A discipline should be there. See, whenever I teach NCC or the police people, I am also attached with the police department. I used to say that it is not the discipline implemented by the higher authority. Rajesh sir, the discipline should come from our own mind. It is called the self-discipline. If we people are self-disciplined, we will be able to overcome this situation like anything. So that is the first thing. Mental health, discipline should be imposed. Other part, of course, the professional should care of it. And the hospital assistants, through our hospital assistants, no doubt about that. There are so many committed doctors, so many committed professionals. Thing is, infrastructure should increase, improve. I think that Tata is really working and helping a lot of other states in improving the infrastructure. I think now the Reliance is also coming, and so many other countries are joining together and helping the people. Only thing is, we should wait the or rather the face the situation patiently, and we have to overcome this kind of situation. And of course, the vaccine non-availability is also creating a little bit of confusion. But Now we are going to have Russian vaccine shortly. Now we are going to have the Pfizer vaccine from USA shortly, and the Serum Institute is going to increase our production, and Bharat Serum is also going to increase the production. So instead of making confusion, non-availability, and giving a panic among the crowd, we should see that we are going to concentrate the positive aspects and what are the developments, and we should work like a real oiled machine so that we will be able to overcome this kind of situation. So this is the thing which I want to tell you. Yes, we will be able to overcome this kind of situation, no doubt about that. And of course, one more interesting thing I want to tell before concluding. I think, see, my time is over. Raja sir is going to give me a warning. A professor is always a problem. Professor will talk a lot of things because it is 89.
No, it's not like that.
I'm always a positive person. I just want to have this thing. So definitely we will be able to overcome this situation. We have to work together, and we should see that we are facing the situation in such a way as a team, and definitely this is only for time being. And also we should plan for, another thing, in the October, November, December, there's a possibility of the, spreading of this thing, for which now we have to plan. I want to tell you one interesting thing, Raina ma'am, before concluding, because I am also a professor. I want to tell PPP. That is, see, Raja sir, that's a very interesting thing. I used to teach my MBA student PPP, proper planning prevents poor performance. Am I right? Proper planning prevents poor performance. Sonesh ma'am, what we are planning? See, we are planning for the protection of our mobile with a screen guard.
Right.
But we are not really able to protect our head with a helmet. And more than, see, when we are taking the survey regarding the accidents are also causing a lot of death, almost equivalent to Corona earlier times. Now Corona death is very higher. So it is not a planning from our part. There is a responsibility for each and every person, a family, a society, a leader, a government. That's why we want to tell, yes, this conference we want to communicate to even the government officials, one particular thing, PPP, proper planning prevents poor performance. So also plan for the issues which are going to come. Am I right, sir, Raja sir? We should plan certain things in the month of October, November. There's a possibility, not a possibility. There can some issues because of the, change of the virus. Of course, if we are planning properly, we will be able to overcome. In fact, I really enjoyed the session. Not only enjoyed the session, I really able to communicate or rather give certain messages through this media. I really thank Rajesh sir, Raina ma'am, as well as Sonesh ma'am, as well as our Fadhillah sir, and of course the Prince sir. Glad to meet you again, sir. Okay, with that, I'm concluding, sir. I'm going back to a national counseling session, sir. It is from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m., sir. I'm going back to that session. You know, Raja sir, that I came immediately from that session. We will meet again. Thank you, my dear friend. Jai Hind.
Thank you, Dr. Professor Regunath. I think you have given real food for thought, from money circulation being high to being local is vocal, going up to vaccination unavailability being focused on, and then giving the food for thought, PPP. Proper planning prevents poor performance that we need to do. Yes, I would also like to welcome our special guest today, Queen Nadia Harihiri, and also Highness Prince General Dr. Mohammed, Dr. M.E. Elan, Supriya Bano. Thank you very much for joining in here. Thank you, Professor Regunath, for your wonderful words of knowledge. Thank you. Now we shall welcome Mr. Fadhillah Mahlans. We would like you to give your opinion, sir, about the same thoughts. being vulnerable in the area of pandemic. Does pandemic COVID-19 bring you various thoughts on how vulnerability can help people either emerge or diverge? Please give us your views, sir.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Raina. Thank you, everyone. And then, hello, everyone. Yes, first of all, I'm agree with Professor talking about this. I'm agree with that. But now I want to talking about how to maintain mental health during the coronavirus pandemic, because it's very important issue. Mental health is very important issue in during pandemic corona. Okay. For the first, the coronavirus pandemic threatens not only physical health, but also mental health of every individual. Not only fear, but the physiological effect it can cause can have serious consequences. We are some mental health problems that can arise, and how can you deal with them? The outbreak of the coronavirus infection or COVID-19 is increasingly with spread and has infected more than 119 countries, including my country, Indonesia. In Indonesia alone, the number of COVID-19 patients is increasing rapidly. If you experience symptoms of coronavirus infection and need of COVID-19 examination, and then you know that for the next, I think we can speak about this can greatly cause fear and panic. Moreover, the suggestion to stay at home as well as the policy social distancing, which is now kept physical distancing. You know that for the first coronavirus go to our country, government say we can make you stay at home, and after that 2 months or 3 months we can change to a physical distancing, wear a mask, but that has more of less create emotional distance between family, friends, or member of community in place of workshop who can provide mutual support. For some people, this can be felt as tremendous pressure of burden. If not controlled, this pressure will have a negative impact on mental health. Next, mental health disorders during the coronavirus pandemic. Mental health problems that occur during a pandemic can be caused by various things, such as fear of the plague, feeling of isolation during quarantine, sadness and loneliness due to being far from family or loved ones, anxiety about the necessities of daily life, plus confusion due to confusing information. This not only affects people who already have mental health problems, such as depression or generalized anxiety disorder. They can also affect people who are physically and mentally healthy. Some groups that are prone to experiencing physical stress during the coronavirus pandemic are children, the elderly, or medical workers. The stress that occurred during a pandemic can cause disorder in the form of, for one, excessive fear and anxiety for the safety of yourself are too close to you, change in sleep and eating patterns, worried and stress from being at home constantly, especially in children, difficult concentration, abuse alcohol and drug, deteriorating physical health, especially in people with chronic diseases and diabetes and hypertension. The images of shoulder physical magic. Okay, for the next, we can talk about how to maintain tips for maintaining mental health during the corona pandemic. For the first, doing physical activity. Activity or leg exercise such as jogging or jumping on spot, you can do well undergoing quarantine at home. By doing physical activity, your body will produce endorphin that can relieve stress, reduce anxiety, and improve mood. For the second, eat nutrition food. Eat food that contain proteins, healthy fats, carbohydrate, vitamin, mineral, and fiber. You can get a various nutrition from rice and grains, fruits, vegetables, seafood, meats, nuts, and milk. Number 3, quitting bad habits. Create your own routine and be wizard in sorting information. And the last, maintaining communication with family and friends because it's very important. You know that before Corona, we can go to hang out with friends, with family, but now we can making video call or text with friends and family. And then because this is I can maintain mental health. Why I talking about this? Because in my experience, in my country, 80% case corona case is a mental health problem. Mental health problem. That's why I want to talking about this. Mental health is very important in the pandemic corona. Thank you.
That was so wonderful to hear, Fadhillah sir. I think you have really given us good food for thought and great knowledge about your country and how even in COVID pandemic, we need to keep ourselves stabilized. We need to take care of our mental health and also watch on our vulnerabilities. Now, I would like to welcome our special guest today, Queen Nadia Harihiri ma'am. If you could please take over the stage and speak to us for a few minutes about how Indian COVID crisis is taking place and how you would like to add value. What is the present situation? How do you see it emerging? All over to you, Nadia ma'am.
Oh, hi everybody.
Good evening.
Very good evening.
Thank you for. I just joined this session because I think it's very important, and this is very interesting what the young man just spoke about, and mental health is something that is we need really to pay attention to, and this is why I think that Dr. Raja, he knows about that. We have created the mental health clinic free online for everybody. And today, India is needed more than anyone else in the world. You know, when you see a lot of people dying around you, you are just in panic and you say, when it will be my day? Because we are paralyzed by our fears, anxieties, and all that. And we really need to overcome these fears and to stand up and say, okay, let's join hand and face this pandemic that is killing us, that is terrorizing us, because a lot of people, they are not dying because of the disease. The fears are killing them. Because you have fears, you are losing hope. You are losing hope in who you are as energy of God, because you are spirit. You are not this body. And we need to remember that we are spirit. And for a spirit, we can overcome every difficulties and every challenges in this world. Don't give power to the others on you. Don't give power to this virus on you. You are spirit. And when the spirit decides something, nothing and no one can touch the body. This body belongs to you. And you have the responsibility to take care of your body. You have the responsibility to stop all toxic messages from the others. You need, even in this pandemic, in these troubles, you need to keep mindset positive. Positive mindset is very, very important. Otherwise, we will all die now. All what is happening actually is killing us everywhere. And now today I received even a video saying, from one of the biggest scientific doing the vaccine, he was saying, be careful, the vaccine are killing people and they are destroying the specific defense, you know. the defense of the body are killed by the vaccine. So what to believe? What to believe? Who to believe? Are we taking vaccine and we are delivered? Or are we taking vaccine and we will all die? What we do? Only faith can save us. Faith that we will all survive and overcome this pandemic. Faith that we are more powerful than this virus. You know, this virus was created by an idea from a mental guy, you know. So if all together with our positive thoughts, we say stop in the consciousness, in the subconscious, we say stop to that. Believe me, nothing and no one can have power on us. It's impossible. It's not only in India. See what is going on also in Brazil. See what here in Europe we were facing. A lot of people also died here in Europe. See France, Italy, Spain. We had very hard time until today. It's not even finished. You know, when you hear the mental sick people saying that yes, everybody has to take the vaccine. Everybody, we will depopulate this planet, etc. It's causing troubles in your mind. You know, all this media talking about all what these problems are making problems in the mind of people. The real disease exists in the mind. Because at the minute you hear that you have problem, you are sick, since that time you are more sick than before because you have the doubt. Will I survive to that? I have a lot of people dying around me. You understand? So this is very important to really have positive mindsets. I encourage people to keep faith and to remember that a spirit has no limit. He is power and power over everything. And this is what we are. So let's join hands and keep positive and have faith that this COVID will have no power on us, on our life. Because we are life. We are life. This is my message to everybody. And after your session, I want to invite you all together to join us, to join our mental health consultation. Today we are also speaking about COVID-19, where our psychologist, expert in mental health, will speak and help the people online. I invite you also all, because it's together that we can overcome all that. And I thank my brother Raja Rao who made this Zoom session. This is very important. He's making a great job, and I want to salute his great job and all the team. This is very important. Great. Thank you for doing that. And I invite you after your session to join us also with our psychologist and our expert. It will help everybody. Let's join hands and help one another. This is very important.
Thank you very much for that beautiful message, Dr. Queen Nadia. I think that was amazing, that faith can go over the boundaries of fear, and we just need to keep our control and work on the faith. And yes, with this message, we would like to welcome our next speaker. So to all, over to you, Sonesh Bharadwaj. Thank you so much for being here on this platform. And we would like to hear your opinion, ma'am, on the same topic of the theme, vulnerability in pandemic.
Thank you so much, Rana ji, for this lovely introduction. And I extend my complete thanks to Dr. Rajarao for conducting such a wonderful, meaningful, and I would say the need of the hour of this particular session. And I also thank all the eminent speakers and dignitaries available here, because without your presence, I think we cannot move forward. And your presence makes this occasion looks more meaningful, and it looks more vibrant, and it looks more going catching each other's hand and moving together. So I think wonderful. Now, taking it forward, the theme which we have kept for this entire session is so meaningful, and today no doubt we all are going through this pandemic into the vast, or I would say into the deeper nodes of it. Let it be India, let it be any part of the globe. As just now, Queen Nadia very rightly said, it's not only about India. Even if we look out certain different countries, the situation is absolutely not good. But my question comes here: do we want to just cry over a problem, or we do want to become a solution creator? So I'm a firm believer, as she was mentioning a wonderful point called we all are spirits, right? So true, because more than any physical thing right now which is happening in and around us, people are dying a lot due to their mental depression, anxiety, and they are not able to cope up with their relationship with their own family members. Being a speaker, being a life coach, you will not believe I deal daily so many people when I talk to them on personal front, just because of one reason: because I don't want to lose that human connect. People are not at all open about it, that what sort of emotional changes they are going through, and that's where they are losing the entire hope. So the most important thing right now, what we all have to do, despite of having each and everything what is happening in and around, we all have to stand for each other. And we have to make sure, even if today you are a doctor, whosoever you are, does not matter. All you need to keep an open mind approach towards people, because today, more than government, more than police force, more than doctors, I think they need you. And let's take this whole thing that we help each other. Now, helping, when it comes, I want to just highlight here three important points. My biggest salute goes to my entire frontline warriors. I think all my police force, my defense army, my I won't say like government only one sector. I think government as a whole department, whatever best they can, probably they are doing into their own capacities. But in spite of that, today, what is the need of the hour? As a normal human being, what we can create for each other is something we need to think of. Most important point today we need is awareness among people. As a lot of my eminent speakers were mentioning, people are using mask, but probably they are not knowing the fact why we are supposed to use mask and how we are supposed to use mask. People are using sanitizer. It's not just because you have to use it, it's for your protection. And right now, with the second mutant of virus, I think we need to be more aware. Awareness is the key right now. And more than awareness, we have to stand by each other, so that we can support mentally each other so strong that we can fight together as one, I would say as one soul. We humans as one soul. I think that's the wonderful concept we all need to understand here. Second thing, if we talk about all at risk groups, today it is no more about only children. It is not more only about elderly people. It is not about migrant workers, not about a middle class people. I think more or less every single segment of the society is pretty much into this whole group of panic. It does not matter you are a rich, it does not matter you are a poor. This virus has no emotion to any casteism, any religion, any class, any profession. So we need to understand, we have to stand for each other. And we have to surpass this situation very, very boldly and positively. Remember one thing, even first wave also, we all have crossed very successfully. But probably there were certain shortcomings which we couldn't do it up in first wave. And that might be the reason why we are hitting on the second wave. Make sure we should not hit on to the third wave. And even if that we have to face it very boldly. But for that, first and the foremost thing is we have to become mentally very strong, emotionally very strong. And people were talking about vaccination. Yes, there are places where we are completely going out of I mean, there is a severe shortage of vaccinations. Now, let me tell you, more than vaccination, today what you need is a care, a love, and a human touch to make you more stronger. So, if you have elderly people at your house, I know that their life is very, very difficult. Right now, situation is very tough for them because of either they have any medical health issues or they are not able to sustain within the four walls of house. Please find out a way how you can make them more enjoying their day, still maintaining themselves inside the four walls of the house. Children need a special attention in terms of health, diet, and taking care of their even emotional well being. No doubt, we at any age group does not matter. All it needs is, do we take care of ourselves well in terms of our health? Health, when I say not only about physical health, I talk as a complete package of mental health as well as physical health. So these are a couple of things which we need to understand here, that it's not about poor communities, it's not about migrants, it's not about working people, it's collectively about each and every single human being here. Does not matter from which country you come, it's all about your helping hand, supporting hand, which we need to right now put into the right direction, into a positive manner, and let's create the hope of positivity in and around. So I feel right now today is the need of the hour of spreading love, happiness, positivity, and walking together through this entire storm together in such a manner that we hold each other very strongly and powerfully. Thank you so much. With this, I thank Reena ji and once again Dr. Raja Rao for this wonderful opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, Sonesh Bharadwaj. I think that was really a powerful, powerful message saying that we need to step up into this positive shoes and we need to focus on all the people around us rather than just being focused on the problem. We focus on the solution. We are looking at all the possibilities of all the people around us, and that is the need of our rather than focusing on just being vulnerable. Next, we have with us our esteemed dignitary, Ms. Geeta. I welcome you, Geeta Dagarji, Dr. Geeta Dagar. The stage is yours, ma'am. Are you around?
Madam, due to her health problem, she has just left.
Okay.
Now invite
No problem,
HRH Prince Dr. General Muhammad.
Yes, so welcome our esteemed dignitary, HRH Prince General. We would require you to give your little words of knowledge. I think he's just setting up his sound. You can wait for a moment. Good evening, HRR Prince. It's really good to have you here, sir. We would like you. Thank you so much for being here, sir.
It's upon your view. I once again Thanksgiving Raja, Fadhillah, Professor, Ambassador, Princess. Once again, I need to say Happy Mother Days. We all were Mother Days. We all mother directly the cell, the link of the blood. That's why I say, why the topics calling Mother Days. We don't mother. We don't have children here. I want thanks again, my mother. I thanks we all the sister mothers, all princess, together on Mother Day. Yes, we all think back positive. The key of the faith to faith. Just now, my sister already say, the Queen Nadia, positive directly in the heart. Never think inside the other thing. Only thing about to think back to yourself. Great grandmother. That's why I say Happy Mother Day. I happy rejoice beyond a Mother's Day. Touching the lily in your heart, deeper in the heart. Love rejoice, one family, Lord rejoice, Mother's Day. Thank you for celebration for. I Thanksgiving for Raja invited me and follow only this the big silly ticket. Malay calling silly ticket. Yeah, tiny little big. I thanks all of you again. Thank you. Thanksgiving all. I'm His Imperial Royal Highness, His Excellency Prince General Dr. Muhammad Radamas Monsino Temple Knife Jason War. I love you all. Everyone, my sisters, my brothers. Happy Mother Day.
Thank you, Your Highness. Thank you very much, Prince. And now I would like to welcome the World Peace Commission head, Mr. Raja Rao, to come and give the vote of thanks and also give his presence of words on the same topic, closing the ceremony, thanking all our wonderful esteemed panel of speakers. And thank you, sir, for giving me this opportunity to be able to bring up such a beautiful panel and bring out their insightful thoughts. I think it's been memorable to hear each one of them bringing their wonderful, wonderful pieces of insights from understanding how vulnerability has flowed, from seeing the money circulation to being local to vocal, talking about working on their mental health, also going ahead and understanding about vaccine unavailability, keeping in mind the importance of faith over fear, not spreading too much of fear, but bringing in the essence of mental health, taking Queen Nadia and the wonderful Prince General, the sweet voice and the positivity of keeping Mother's Day, bringing wonderful Sonesh Bharadwaj's inputs about taking care of the people around, and yet the PPPP, which cannot be avoided. With so many beautiful thoughts and a beautiful panel, I think we can close this with your wonderful insights, sir, on the same. Thank you so much. Let's hear it from Raja Rao, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for your wonderful organizing of this program. Really, you made it this structured program. Thank you so much for your wonderful organizing, ma'am. Now, I would like to invite my friends, Noor Ahmad. Just 1 minute. Can you say any? Can you speak anything, brother?
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so
please.
much, brother. And it's really honored to me to be here. Actually, I just heard some information regarding our today's topic and a beautiful panel discussion regarding the vulnerable people life in this during the pandemic. So if I consider that in the previous year to till now, the several waves are come in our country in Bangladesh. So if I consider that from the very beginning to till now, most of the small entrepreneur or the small business are totally shut down. For that reason, they are also turned out to the vulnerable people, even though vulnerable people is the one side. So there's a reason, even though most of the employee, they are lost their job, and they also come out and turn out their life into these categories. So if I consider that in this perspective, we can observe that lots of lockdown schedule going on several times give us so much restriction to move out. So for that, the vulnerable people are not come out from the house even to survive their self, their family. And as we experience that, most of the vulnerable people who live in our city to earn themselves, to survive themselves, they are totally move on to the village because they are not capable to run their life in the city. So this has happened. And in the other side, if I consider the income source is going to be actually keen. I mean, the source is totally, I'm not focusing on the source is totally off, but source is totally going to the online base. For that reason, most of the vulnerable people are not aware of that, are not would have knowledge regarding that. So they also face this problem and they also neglected for that situation at all. So the small business, the new entrepreneur are coming on through the online, but in the offline session, the vulnerable people is still struggling to survive their life, their income, their family. Yes, I have to mention one thing, that is in the village, if I consider that, they also face to move out. And for that reason, they have to struggle and still struggling to come up their life. If I consider the one point, that is the education, you know what, for the 2019 from till now, I have to say that total education is kind of shut down for the vulnerable people because they are not capable to have the smart device to continue their education. And the other side, if they don't have so much money to buy the internet and some other things, so their education totally shut down. Even the percentage of the give up education rate is totally, I have to say, it's totally drastically increased. Eventually in the female education, actually most of the I have to say parents in the village, they are not focusing on the further education for their female children or their children as well. So maximum people are just struggling and they are focusing on to give her marriage as soon as possible to just come up their life smoothly. So there's a couple of things I have to discuss, but to be honest, it's really a very tragic moment for the vulnerable people to survive because of the lockdown, even though the pandemic situation. So I think, yes, some of the non-profit organizations are come up to give their aid, but this is not good enough. So we have to be more specific in our area. We have to think about how can we do the collaboratively to aid this community. Even though we don't focus on the one-day meal or one food distribution campaign, we have to think about a sustainable thing that they can earn or they can buy or they can produce some food to survive themselves. Well, this is all of my topic. Thanks for giving me the floor. Thank you, Rajarao brother.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your wonderful inputs. Nadia ma'am, Queen Nadia ma'am want to add some point.
Yes, thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak. This is very important what just our brother is saying. A lot of people are scared for the job because they are losing their job, the economy is collapsing, and they are in a very bad situation. But I just want to remind everybody that is very important. Jobs, economy have been created by men. So if we did it once, we are capable to do it again, you know? So don't be scared of losing your job today. You will create another one tomorrow. You understand? Today, this virus is teaching us something powerful: to be united, to work in solidarity. You know, because in some villages they have nothing. We are talking about the lack of food, etc. But if we are all united and working with solidarity, sharing what we have in a village, I am sharing with you my rice. I am sharing with you my water. I am sharing you my vegetable. And if together we share all together, believe me, we will never face this problem. You understand? This virus, in every challenges, we have the advantage, the good and bad things. Everything is relative. Let's take a good lesson of this virus, because this virus has no border. This is true. I like what our sister said, that it's touching every religion. Yes, it has no border. It is touching poor, rich, black, white, every religion, every age. And that it is also to teach us this virus is not making any judgment. He's touching everybody. So let's be united, work in solidarity. Don't think about money or economy or job, because if we have created it once, we are capable to do it again. So most important now is to focus on unity, on solidarity. You understand? This is just the message that I wanted to say. Thank you.
Thank you, Highness. Really, thank you so much for the wonderful words spoken by you. Really, this is what people will. When we are united, when we stand together, we can face anything, we can conquer anything. You are really the Highness, you are really the Queen. The Queen who wants to protect everyone, irrespective of caste, creed, religion. People say that you are a visionary mother. Really, that proved with your words, Mother. We are really blessed with your wonderful presence and wonderful words that motivate us. Thank you so much. Once again, last 1 minute, I invite Dr. Elizabeth ma'am so that we can conclude this program. Elizabeth ma'am, please, 1 minute, because we have recognized your presence. Queen, Ambassador Dr. Elizabeth ma'am.
Okay, I wasn't meant to say anything today because I'm only here to support my brother, Ambassador Raja Rail. I just want to say, well done. You've done great job throughout this week to put all these things together and also to support one another. We are all here to support one another, really, because no one is suffering silence. What is going on is global and it's all over the place. And only if we can continue to understand the situation and see ways we can unite together, like Queen Nadia has said, when we unite together, when we stand together, then we can overcome together. Because it's a house that is standing together, a house that is united, we always stand together. So we are all working together wherever we are, in every country we belong to, no matter our race, our color, our religion. Togetherness, we stand. And yes, we can. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much. Today, we had a wonderful session because our guests are so amazing and our moderator is so amazing. Every day, it is it has come something like that. Apart from our guests, our special guests also made their impact on today's program. So it's a lovely day. So ultimately, we want to help the people, those who are vulnerable. In the present scenario, they may be millionaires or billionaires. They also become vulnerable. So at the juncture, we have to focus on the people, especially those who are below poverty line, middle class, irrespective of class, irrespective of anything. So they are prone to vulnerability due to this COVID-19 pandemic. So I hope that governments, NGOs, every individual work for the betterment of society by helping one another. Thank you. Thank you so much.